Howdy, Immortallium here, and since I did a manga tour video, it only makes sense to me that I would also do an anime tour video as well. So let's get started. So first of all, where do I keep my anime? I keep my anime in this room. Now, you guys have probably seen this room before, but just for those who haven't, this is the room where I keep all of my DVDs and Blu-rays, as well as, of course, watching them. As you can see, it's a pretty nice little collection of DVDs and Blu-rays. So let's get started on the anime. So first of all, anime films right over here. So over on the left, we've got kind of a collection of licensed anime films, you know, like Dragon Age, Final Fantasy, etc., etc. We move into some good stuff over here with Satoshi Kon, and some production IG stuff as well, kind of like Appleseed, Ghost in the Shell, Skycrawlers, etc., etc. After that, we got some Bloodlust Vampire. This film, which, oh my god, it's actually a collection of two films right here, but I absolutely hate those films. I remember getting them dirt cheap in a HMV, and they are the worst things I've ever seen. Just in case you want to know the name of them so that you can see how terrible they are, it's Legend of the Overfiend and Legend of the Demon Womb. Then we got Vampire to D, the original, which great stuff. Two Berserk films, Street Fighter, Yu-Gi-Oh! I remember getting this stuff actually as, I believe I got it as part of like a gift basket. So I remember going to MCM Comic-Con. I believe we all got like free baskets of stuff with like free movies from Manga Entertainment in there, and I believe Yu-Gi-Oh! Was one of them. Panda Go Panda, which actually is pretty underrated as far as I can tell. I never hear anyone talking about this stuff, but Hayao Miyazaki and Isao Isao Takahata from Studio Ghibli fame actually did these, and they're really good stuff, so I'd recommend tracking it down if you can. We got two versions of Akira here, which I believe this has an English dub that this Blu-ray doesn't have. Some very important films here: Ninja Scroll, Evangelion 1 and 2, Mamoru Hosoda, Red Line, fantastic stuff. Moving on into my Makoto Shinkai, and look at this stuff. This seems very familiar, this 1001 Nights and Cleopatra box set. Have I done reviews of those? Anyway, after that we got Belladonna of Sadness, which is the third film in the Anime Ramen trilogy. Should I do a review of that soon? We'll have to see. Momotaro Sacred Sailors, which is the first anime film, at least anime feature film, ever produced. So, very important film in the history of anime. Patem Inverted. This stuff I got from, it was on all the anime mystery box, and I got these films, which were kind of okay. Giovanni's Island, great stuff. Bloodlust, Vampire to D, like fantastic film. Barefoot Gen, again like another stunning film. I'm more of a fan of the first one than the second one, but like such an important film in the history of anime. And then we kind of got, well, excluding of course Brave Story, we got kind of the Studio Ghibli stuff. Now, technically these two aren't part of Studio Ghibli, but they were worked on by important people who later went on to found Studio Ghibli, so I kind of just lumped them in. And then, of course, the Studio Ghibli stuff. Would love to see more Studio Ghibli produced in the future. I'm sure everyone does. After that, this is my collection of television anime, and you might notice, I better explain this first of all, that there are some kind of movies sprinkled in here. I kind of, if it's kind of associated with a TV series, I kind of lump it in the TV section. So, starting off, we got, again, I believe this was a promotional thing I got from, I believe that this was when I went to that thing in Dublin. It was a film festival where I saw Dispenser Who Suzumiya, Red Line, the Summer Wars, and it was the English dub of Laputa Cast in the Sky. That was a fantastic event. I think I've spoken about it before. But we got that free, and while it's cool, you know, to get some Astro Boy stuff, I'm a big fan of Sam Tezuka. Unfortunately, it's the English dub version, so, and it's also like a hodgepodge of weird anime episodes, so unfortunately it's not really something I can recommend. Shark Hound, which of course comes from the creators of Studio Ghibli films as well. Some fantastic stuff. Then we got some early stuff I picked up. Dororo, which is, I believe, am I correct here, the only black and white TV anime that I have in my collection. I could be wrong on that, but I'm fairly sure that's the case. Yu Hakusho, highly recommend. Then we got my Naruto, which I used to collect a lot. I ended up just picking up the manga because, as you might know, later on the Naruto Shippuden TV series became inundated with filler. So I just decided, it's easier to just pick up the manga. And to be honest, I'm glad I read the manga rather than wasting a lot of money on filler. Then we got Bleach, which, you know, I thought that Soul Society arc was fantastic, but then it really dropped off a cliff in quality after that. Dragon Ball, which I enjoyed the first couple of box sets. I definitely enjoyed this one, I know that. Can't remember if I enjoyed this one, but as it became more of an action series, I kind of lost interest in it. I think Akira Toriyama is best when he's doing comedy, just like in Dr. Slump, so it's fine. I tried the first season of Dragon Ball Z as well, and I didn't really care for it. One Piece, I need to get back to that. I don't think it's... Personally, I don't think it's as great as everyone makes it out to be, but it's still a very enjoyable series, and I do want to pick up more of it. Death Note, Fairy Tail, ugh. I gave it a shot. Attack on Titan, Soul Eater, Fullmetal Alchemist, Brotherhood. Then we got some stuff that, you know, just kind of hodgepodge picked up. Black Lagoon, fantastic. Kill la Kill, I picked that up on offer from Anime Limited, and it didn't do it for me, unfortunately. Now, just to point out, the biggest changes I think you'll see in my anime collection from last time is two particular franchises, and one of them is Lupin the Third. Basically, I've just been picking up as much Lupin the Third that I can afford reasonably, and I'm absolutely loving this franchise, and I want to pick up more. I need to get it at an affordable price. After that, we got some Ghost in a Shell, Psychopaths, which I believe is all the stuff that's been out in the West. I believe there's a third season of it now. I don't know much about it. Appleseed 13. And then this is the other franchise I was talking about, the Gundam stuff. So again, I've been picking up as much Gundam as I can from Anime Limited, with the one exception being Gundam Wing. I'll get onto that in a second, but as you can see, we've got the Origin, which is amazing, the original, the movie trilogy, the two Thunderbolt films, which this one's good, this one's not so good, Zeta, Double Zeta, which I argue is a really good TV series, but that's a controversial statement right there. Charles Countertrack. Then we got Gundam Wing, which I picked up many years ago from France, because that also has the like English subtitles and English dub as well. And I wasn't just taken with it. So when Anime Limited re-released it on Blu-ray, I was like, I can do without it. Gundam Seed, which is how I got introduced to the Gundam franchise, as well as a sequel. Double O, which I watched recently and really enjoyed. Reconquista, which isn't as bad as everyone makes it out to be, but that still doesn't mean that it's particularly good. And then we got some discotheque stuff, Orgus and Giant Gorg. Giant Gorg, if you haven't seen Giant Gorg, I strongly recommend it. I think it's a fantastic series. It's from the guy who did the character design for the original Gundam series, and who would later go on to make the manga of Gundam The Origin. So it's fantastic. I'd strongly recommend it. Strongly recommend Code Geass as well. After that, we got some kind of mecha shows like Gurren Lagann, Raxaphon, Alno Zero, the first season. Again, I got this as part of a box set. It was the mystery box from Anime Limited, and I had high hopes for it because it's from Gen Urobuchi, who created one of my favorite, if not my favorite, anime series of all time. But I was disappointed in it. Space Pirate Captain Harlock, again, strongly recommend this show, although from what I can see, I don't think it's available anymore. I think it's out of print, so that's a shame. Then we got some other great stuff over here, Noeen, Cowboy Bebop. I can't really recommend anything else over here. Nadia, which again, excluding that horrific filler arc right in the middle of the show, is an amazing show and strongly recommended. Then, actually, this is the show I was talking about with Gen Urobuchi. This is, I would say, my favorite anime of all time, Prolo Magi Magico Magica, and it is absolutely stunning. The movies, I think are weaker. I think the soundtrack is weaker. They cut out some nice information, so I think it's a shame. And then Rebellion, I felt very mixed on. I thought it was a very well-made movie, but I felt like it was kind of pointless in the whole pantheon of the Koala franchise. So a bit disappointed on that. Tiger and Bunny, such a good show. I would strongly recommend you pick up Tiger and Bunny if you can. I believe there's another season of it coming out, which is, I've been waiting so long to be able to pick that up. After that, we got some amazing stuff here, like Rin and Baccano. Strongly recommend those. Devilman's great as well. After that, the Helsing Ultimates. I would definitely recommend those. In fact, I know Manga Entertainment recently released the final box set, but I couldn't wait, so I just imported the Australian version. And Paranoia Agent, again, Satoshi Kon's only TV series, and it's a great watch. Strongly recommended. Spice of Wolf, I would also strongly recommend. So down here we have some Spice of Wolf Slayers, which again, Slayers, I really love the Slayer franchise. I would love to be able to pick up the original light novels, but unfortunately they're unavailable. Musashi, definitely recommended. And then we got some other really good stuff. Harui was one of my earliest watches. Remember, I mentioned that I saw The Disappearance of Harui Suzumiya in that film festival, and at that point I hadn't watched or read any Harui Suzumiya. I got into the franchise very quickly after that. Oran High School Host Club, I sometimes say that this show helped me get past my Leaving Cert, which is basically how I graduate from what would be considered high school. Italia, again, another very recommended show. I love history, particularly stuff like World War II. So like this show was exactly what I wanted. We got my very small sports anime collection. Bamboo Blade, Ping Pong the Animation, and Yuri on Ice. And then some really strongly recommended stuff here. Usagi Drop, also known as Bunny Drop, which I will say that the anime is better than the manga because, the ending of the manga. And Welcome to NHK, which is, again, a fantastic anime. So that is my collection of anime, and I think it's a decent collection. I know there's a lot of stuff that I would like to pick up. I recently pre-ordered the collection of Revolutionary Girl Utina, which I'm really looking forward to. I've heard such great things about it. But hopefully you enjoyed my collection of anime. Hopefully you think it's good. Hopefully you found some good stuff in there. Hopefully you're interested in picking up some stuff that I recommended from it. So first of all, let me just, there we go. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, and bye-bye.